left. Wow. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Once they left, beloveds, once they left paradise, they accessed an entire different conscious awareness of themselves, a different reality, a different version, a different multiverse of sensations, thoughts, connections, attachments, so forth and so on. So much so that whereas before everything was given to them, now they had to forage and they had to, have sheep and meat and till the ground. And Eve knew pain and he knew pain. The thistles, different weeds grow up, they're in a whole different environment than what paradise was. And so the senses took over more and they lost they got farther and farther away from what they were in the beginning. And you must remember that them being the first beings, they lived a very long time, hundreds and hundreds of years. And we don't know at what age Cain killed Abel, but he did. And he left. And I'm not going to get into that too much, but this is with Cain is where white supremacy started. And a long, long time ago, I asked what was the mark of Cain. And I was told his skin was made white. He was not a leper, but his skin was made white. And that is why in the oldest ancestral knowledge, creatures that are white, you don't kill them. They're sacred. You know that they have a different alchemy or energy to them. And so this is where the supremacy took hold and took root, because children of Cain intermarried and intermingled with other tribes, other ways, other beings. And again, it's hoarded in seeds, and it comes out in different ways. Doesn't matter. We have pictures of black supremacy, where the Egyptians were killing the Sudanese, knocking them across their heads for supremacy, for the spirit of Cain, for the energies of the lands and the blood. And beloveds, there is so much to magnetic fields and how it influences us. Right now we're dealing with ultraviolet rays. And here I go jumping again. We are being influenced by this moon, the eclipse that just happened. A lot of things are going to become clearer that were not clear before. But somehow because of the energy, because of the magnetic field, because of the rotation and the spin and the alignments of these magnetic fields and grids and planets and everything else, beloveds. Our conscious awareness is tuning in. It's tuning, it's being fine-tuned. And according to your thoughts and your own system of navigation between that root and your throat and your heart and higher up to your crown chakra, there is an alignment happening for many. There's a grounding happening for many. There's a conscious awareness that is happening and widening the magnetic fields around you. And it's anchoring and it's grounding and it's attracting and it's repelling. And you've got to remain vigilant of your magnetic fields, of your bodies. Because you attract and you repel. You attract and you repel. And so some of the things that you're attracting is not going to be all positive. And those things you must repel. You must know how to take them out and not accept them in. This is a lot like detoxing. She's saying detoxing your magnetic fields, detoxing your, not just your physical body, but your spiritual body, your mental body, which is your thoughts, your emotional body, which is your feelings. You have to learn how to detox each one of these, not just, and you need the stillness to do that. You need to train yourself. You need the discipline of learning how to empty yourself. That's all it is. It's put it very at the most basic, simplest level, is emptying yourself, your fields, these bodies. Totally just like taking a dump, just letting everything go. Letting all the feelings go, letting all the thoughts go, letting all the attachments to the physical surroundings and things. Well, this is mine. I got this bill to pay, and I got this, and that's mine, and this is mine. You got to let all of that. That stuff holds energy. It hoards energy. It brings in energy, and it holds energy, and it transmits. And you've got to really be vigilant. And the more aware you become, the more you have to give yourself time to let go. And soon it'll become copacetic. It'll become harmony. It'll become natural, as natural as breathing. And things won't faze you. You'll look at it, or you won't even, you'll see it out the side of your eye, and it won't mean anything to you. It's just a shadow passing. It's just a cloud passing. It means nothing. Because you're so grounded in your presence, your spiritual incarnated presence that came with a purpose and an intention as part of a divine plan. And now you're connected to that. You're consciously aware of that. And so the mind is going to come with all these things. And you're going to see all these things taking place. But you know that you have to stay anchored. You have to stay rooted in the unseen. Because it is the unseen that is the power. The true power. That is the source. That without form. Without attachment. With unconditional love. That's the greatest force there is. nothing higher. And once you allow that to flow, once you exist within that flow, they call it golden ages that gave birth to golden children, that gave birth to divine wisdom, that lasted for many, many centuries and decades. And if you are still enough within yourself, you remember Cain went into exile. He left the region of the cradle of civilization. So if you step back, you now see that the earth is populated with many kinds of beings, with many manifested body types, dimensions, and abilities. According to the Bible, we know what takes place: wars, wars, and more wars. Wars for supremacy, until a deluge is declared by the Elohim, and a rainbow is given as a sign of the new division team of energy frequencies and spectrums to coexist within the represented survivors of the flood. And now here we are in the Aquarian age, dealing with the powers and principalities known as white supremacy and its polarities and paradoxes, with white supremacy finally on its deathbed in the throes of transition and transmutation, as a rainbow tribe is reborn from all the subtle energy that went silent, dormant, hidden, veiled, underground, unconscious, with a new collective conscious awareness that is able to observe and learn from all as a whole and holy storage, warehouse, Akashic records of grace, instead of bits and pieces, lies, legends, myths, genetic memories, restored conscious awareness, realizing and recognizing each item that was hoarded, and the ability to discern whether to keep it or discard it, valued by its ability to serve the entire collective as a frequency spectrum of unconditional love. And that is the revelation of hoarding from grandmother after the May 26th super blood moon eclipse 2021. And that is it, beloveds. And I know that it was a lot, and it is a lot. We are ready. We're ready. We're ready. So, everything that you're seeing, look through the lens of conscious awareness, look through the lens of your spiritual awareness, and understand the energies that are being received, that are being transmitted, and that are being transmuted. Okay? Received is born. Transmitted is given. Transmuted is what has died, what is no longer serving, what needs to be reabsorbed back into the abyss of possibilities and nothingness so that it can be reborn into possibilities that can be acquiesced or acquisitioned from the magnetic fields. Excuse me. Again, understand that no man is your enemy. No matter what you see taking place, understand that there is a field of negativity. If you don't want to see Satan, the devil, as a being, see him as a vortex of negative energy, as a black hole, if you will, that's waiting, okay, that wants to suck up all the positive energies, okay, but existence will not allow that. And that black hole, that essence, that energy, that field, that Satan, that devil can only exist for a certain amount of time. And then its influence on everything is over. Bible says for 1,000-something years it'll be over. And then it will reemerge. But it will be over. And you've got to make it to the end. You've got to endure. And the way to endure is to empty out that mind and not be drawn into the universal laws that just keep repeating the cycle over and over and over and over and over again. Know where you are. Know that not everybody is on the same magnetic wave. They don't have the same abilities that you have. Some aren't even aware. Some have it and reject it and are afraid of it and are terrified and hate themselves because it makes them different. I want you to understand the billions of aeons. And I want you to understand what we call the negative influence of demons and negative entities and negative thought forms, or blah, 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 whatever you want to call them. These are things that miss the mark of knowing themselves, of being able to expand with their conscious awareness. And they transitioned before their physical transition, but their magnetic fields are still earthbound. Okay, beloveds, I know that this is a lot, so I am going to let it rest here. And I send silent prayer for all who can use it and wish to connect and so forth and so on. Again, you can find me on Facebook, Valerie Ames, and I'm just going to keep saying it, and one day it will be so. I'm not going to stop saying, I'm going to get this webpage, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and when it's time for me to do it, I'll do it, damn it. But until then, I'm doing this. This is what it is, but I'm going to keep saying I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. But it is what it is, beloveds. So, and I am most grateful, and I am most humble to be able to receive, to transmit, and to transmit for us. So, namaste. Thank you.